Guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode from Salvage Nation. The weather is not kind to us today. It's absolutely wetting it down, but still here at Salvage Nation we work whether it's rain, snow, sun, shine, whatever the case, we keep it moving. I'm about to go link up with the legend himself, Jay from JA Transportation, because we got a new build on the channel. Let's check it out.
Salvage Nation.
The guy from JA, that's the one. Man? Guys, like I always say, any cars moving around the UK, check this guy out. JA Transportation, he's the one to call. Let's check this car out. Guys, there goes Jay from JA Transportation. Let's go check out the new build for the channel. So there you have it, guys. It's a 2013 Corsa limited edition and it's got a lot of junk in the trunk, literally. So this is where we're gonna start. I wanna show you around. We're gonna start where all the damage is. Check this out. So you can clearly see this is an unfinished job, and I saw it and I thought, you know what, we can do something with that. Because if you have a look, someone has gone ahead and done all the hard work and removed this broken, damaged back panel from the original welding points that you would see from the Vauxhall factory. And I think that that's a pretty easy repair. If you guys think this is an easy repair or hard repair, let me know what you think in the comments down below. They've gone ahead and taken off all the damage. Have a look here, there's some slight little damage there, but it's nothing too bad. The pan in the bottom is not too badly damaged. I think that we can work on that. But yeah, it's literally got too much junk in the trunk. We need to get rid of all the junk. I've done a check, and if you look at the rear panels, this panel is completely straight, no damage there. Straight, no damage there, no kinks, and it's the same on the passenger side as well. So what that tells me is these chassis legs, these are the rear chassis legs, one there, two. That tells me that the rear chassis legs are all right. There's not been bent, and that's the main concern that I had. So I'm very happy about that. But yeah, general, let me know what you guys think. Let's check it out. So that's it for the back. Going down the driving side. The driving side hasn't got any damage, and the wheels at the back look completely straight. There's no damage on the driving side. Got that limited edition badge right there. Front wheels look completely straight as well, and got a bit more damage here. So the front lip, but luckily that's not the bumper, that's just a front lip, so I can replace that front lip on the front. Front end of the car is in good condition. It's come with a private plate, but I don't know if that's still going to come with the car or not. I need to do some checks, but it will be a plus if it does. Moving on to this side, once again it's just the lip that's got a bit of damage there. Nothing to complain about, but have a look here. You can see that they've done some work there as well, and it's completely just caned off this side skirt on this side. But once again, we can buy a new side skirt, replace that, we can sand that down, finish off the bodywork onto that, and we can take care of that. The panels and the doors on this side is completely fine, there's no issues, and once again on the rear quarter, there's no issues. On the roof, there's no damage. So yeah, nice clean car, providing we can get the back panel for this and literally just weld it up. Just need to straighten out this side, make sure it all lines up. Have a look at the rear boot. It's got a little tag on it, so it looks like they've replaced this boot before. Got a little bit of bodywork damage there, but that's just a little dent, we can take care of that. I've got no issues with that. I was really concerned about these little pockets, but like I said, look, you can't really see no damage that's come through to the inside of the car, which means that the structure should be solid. Now this is the panel that they've cut off. Clearly they've cut this off and they've tried to beat it out, and I think they've just decided whoever had it before. So it's an unfinished job. I don't know why. Let me know your thoughts, but I don't know why. But I reckon we should be able to do it here at Salvage Nation. I've opened up the engine, still got it running because I want to get some charge into the battery, but the engine seems to be running fine. I don't know how that sounds to you on the camera, but let me know. But yeah, no damage in the engine bay whatsoever. Got a little battery, I hope that charges up. Everything else on the front I'm happy with. I can't see anything that's got me worried. on the front. But yeah, everything on that seems fine. Now we've covered the outside of the car, let's go check out the interior. So have a look at the interior, guys. Interior's a bit dirty, it's got some dog hair and it's just a general mess, but there's nothing that a good valet won't take care of. It's literally got so much junk inside I need to go through. In the second episode, I'll be sorting out everything, removing everything out of the car, and then we'll start to tear down any damages in the back, but that is for the second episode. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, make sure you smash that subscribe button to see what happens next with this build, and plus the other builds that I've got coming. But the interior of the car is very clean. Have a look at that. The car has done just 23,000 miles. That is a result. Now, if you ever have one of these Vauxhalls, the Astras do it, the Corsas do it, all of them basically. Sometimes they go into this crash mode and then you see these two lights flashing. I actually got done one time. I bought one of these cars for a customer and someone had used a little blade and tactfully stuck some black tape over these flashing lights, and then yeah, just make sure it's simple. You literally just need to use a diagnostic tool that's capable and remove the crash data and take it out of crash mode, and then everything should go back to functioning fine. But I'll be figuring out what the reason for that is later on. Now I've got the headlights, I've got the rear lights, sorry, got the rear lights in the passenger seat, so that is the bonus. I thought I needed to buy some of those. It's got some extra radios, I don't know what that is. I can see that this seatbelt pretension, you can see how tight it is. Have a look at that one. That one's got lots of play in it, and I can see that that is no play whatsoever. It's very tight, so I need to order one of those. And I'm pretty sure that is the reason why the airbag light is on there and why those lights are flashing. Let's see if it's got any service history. No, nothing in there. It's got a little bit of mold over there, but that's something that I can clean up, no problem. That one, everything else looks to be in good nick. But check this out, I saw this from the window. Why is there a Ford front grille in a Corsa? That is crazy. This is a nice tidy little car, and I'm hoping to get it done really quickly, move it on. And I know some of you guys are waiting for the Golf R build, but it's builds like these that I use to keep the channel going at the moment, and I need to finish off these little builds before I can move on to the Golf R. Let's continue to check out the car. So I want to give the car just a quick drive up the street and come back down, just to see how the clutch feels, brake feels, just to see how the car feels in general. But before I do that, I want to remind you guys that I'm having a Salvage Nation raffle on this beautiful car right there. It's a 2010 LCI BMW 325i automatic. It's fully loaded. If you haven't seen the rebuild on that, I'll put a card up above. There are about 20 episodes. I've done so much work onto that car, and you can own that car if you go to accesscompetitions.co.uk and purchase a raffle ticket for £15. However, they're doing specials on right now, so head on over to the website, purchase some tickets, and we'll be doing a live draw very soon, and I'll be delivering this car to one of you lucky people. Let's continue. And you can hear all those things rattling in the back. That's because there's all that junk right there. However, the car itself feels good. The brakes feel good. And I'm not gonna go too much further. I'm gonna take it into the yard soon. Check the reverse gear. Reverse gear feels good. There's no engine lights. It sounds like the exhaust has got a hole in it, so I will be looking into that. It's asking me to put my seatbelt on, that's the beep, and it's asking me to refuel. But other than that, let's test the radio. Radio's fine. Test. Fans are fine. See if it's cold, see if the AC works. Nah, I don't think the AC works. But small things, we can sort that out. So now that I've tested the car, I'm happy with the way it's driving, I'm happy with what I've seen so far. Let's head back to the main damage at the back, and I'll tell you the plan for this build, and then we can get cracking. And I know some of you might be thinking this is just a Corsa, or it's a small car, but this build is not about the car, it's about the profits, and it's about how much I picked this car up. So if you can guess what I got this car for, let me know in the comments down below. and trying to build it on a budget, rebuild it and then sell it on. As you can see, the structure of the car is sound. This is, for me, I think it's an easy job. I think it's a quick fix. I think it's a good kind of damage to have. You let me know what you think. Alright guys, so like I said, it should be a straight panel job. I just need to get the rear panel. So when I say rear panel, this is what I mean. Have a look at this. These little spots are the spot wells from the factory. You literally just smooth it down with a grinder and then you can drill those out. And this is how it would look on a regular car. So this is a bit of seam sealer on the top. You grind that down and that would expose these little dots right there. I can drill it out, and then, so if you have a look, it follows it right around. That is the panel that I want to take. So the plan is, I'm going to try to see if I can ring up my local Vauxhall dealer and see if I can purchase this panel kind of from them directly, because it will save me the job of having to cut it out. But if that's not possible, I'll have to go find a donor car, cut out the panel exactly the way it is there, offer it up to this car, line it up, weld it all in, seam seal it again, and then we can spray it all up. So there's a lot of work that's involved, but that is going to be in future episodes on this build. And then once this is done, I'll be able to move on with something more exciting, bigger cars, bigger builds. But for now, this is where we're going to be ending it. It's nice, short and sweet. I hope you enjoyed it. It's the new build on the channel, so stay tuned. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, make sure you smash that subscribe button. And if you like this kind of content, make sure you give me a thumbs up, because it will help with the YouTube algorithm. And finally guys, I'm trying to get to 10k subscribers, and once I do, I'll be doing a massive giveaway of lots of freebies for you guys. I'll be giving away this turbo, and I'll also be giving away that trim and panel removal kit for free of charge. All you need to do is subscribe to Salvage Nation. Right, let me go pack up the car and then we'll be heading off. So like I always say guys, keep it moving, and I'll see you in the next one.